Well, we had a chance to play Auburn, early in league play, and we're very, very fortunate to win the game. In a lot of ways, probably lucky. We made a couple plays that maybe allowed us to create some separation coming down the stretch. Certainly, they've got an outstanding, backcourt duo with Harrell and Denson, and I think Tony's done a great job of putting those guys in position to be extremely successful what they do offensively. And then obviously, Dixon Tatum up front, his ability to offensive rebound, Payne being an older guy. So, I think that they're playing very, very good basketball right now, and this whole SEC play, they're right there, and Tony's done a terrific job with his team.
Okay, our first question is from Blair Kirkhoff of the Kansas City Star.
Billy, with the big win Saturday and the lead that you all have in the conference race now, it would seem natural to lose a little focus, and I'm wondering if having a veteran team will prevent that from happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, every time you come out of a game, win or lose, you're always dealing with something. I always say this is always residual effect from any game you play in. Whether you play great, you play poorly, you win, you lose. So, our focus right now is getting prepared and ready to play here on Wednesday, and what we got to do to make some changes and adjustments to get better, to improve, and just continually understand that it's, the next game up right now. It's all that really matters, is where we're at with what we're doing in between the lines. And, our guys I think have done a pretty good job of that this year. And, it's not to say that will continue, but certainly that will be our focus, is how do we get better and improve as a team, and how do we get well prepared to play on Wednesday.
And that folds in all this number one seed talk as well?
Yeah, I don't know if our guys really pay attention to all that stuff, to be honest with you. And plus, I think that right now, one of the great topics of conversation always this time of year is bubble and seeding and stuff like that. We got 6 games left to play in an SEC tournament. There's going to be a lot of ebbs and flows and changes and stuff, and we never talk about that stuff in terms of a seed or anything else like that. To me, it just gives your team way too much to think about. Those things are going to take care of themselves based on how you perform each and every game. So for us right now, it's just right now Auburn. That's the only thing we're focused on right now. We're not focused on seeding or anything else that's happened in the past. We're just trying to focus on Auburn, a team that really in a lot of ways maybe deserved to win the game at their place. We were fortunate to beat them. We made a couple plays, as I mentioned earlier. But, right now that's all we're focused on right now. And it's hard for me to even talk about anything regarding anything down the road, because I know, being in this as long as I have, it's going to change. It changes every game, and it changes every week, and it will continually change. And we'll worry about any kind of seeding once Selection Sunday comes. But for right now, we're just focused on our next game.
Thanks, Billy.
Okay.
Next question is from Jerry Tipton of the Lexington Herald-Leader.
Billy, along those same lines, I'm wondering if besides the next opponent, you guys are playing to a standard, to your own standard of how you all should play.
I think that's it, Jerry. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, regardless of anything else that's going on, is focusing on us being the best we can be. And, how we need to go about practice every day, how do we need to go about preparation. For me as a coach, and I think our guys, that's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that's really important. It's the only thing we have control over. Obviously everybody in this league wants to win. Everybody in the country wants to win. Sometimes, we're not in control of the results as we all would like to be. But the only thing you can do is prepare for the process that you've got to go through. There'll be 2 days of practice here leading into this Auburn game, and then we'll have to play the game. And to me, as you mentioned, it's all about, what do we need to do to improve and get better and to get prepared and ready to play on Wednesday.
And looking a little bit ahead with Marshall Henderson on the weekend, I'm wondering, any sort of volume shooter like that who can get really hot, how much is that an X factor that, that's a little different from the usual game planning?
Well, I think, Andy, for one, puts him in a lot of really, really good situations for him. And, I think since, I've been in this league, I don't recall a player as fast as he is coming off screens, getting shots off. I mean, he is incredible doing that. And there are times that you can play really, really good defense, and it really doesn't make a difference. And I think that's probably a tribute to Henderson and his ability to shoot the ball. But certainly he's a unique, talented player, and the thing that I admire most about him is what a great competitor he is and how much he loves playing. So, he's certainly a handful to get ready for. But they've also got a lot of other good players besides him that are playing very well.
Thanks.
Next question is from Josh Pate of IMG College.
Coach, good morning. This is a little bit of more of a big picture type of question, but with the SEC tournament being held in the Georgia Dome this year, do you have any special memories that stick out for you, or anything that makes it special or unique about playing in the Georgia Dome, playing that tournament atmosphere there?
I really don't. I mean, I think heck, it just seems like we're always in Nashville. I can't remember where the heck the last time we played in the Georgia Dome was. The one thing I would probably say stands out, just because I saw it on TV a couple weeks ago, was what happened with the tornadoes that came through there, and what happened. That obviously was something I think that stood out for everybody. But, maybe I'm getting old here. I can't even remember, a lot there. I know, one year we played there, and I think later on the Final Four was being held there as well. But I think the Georgia Dome for SEC basketball has always been a great venue, just because it's in Atlanta. It's obviously a major city in the Southeast. It's easy to get there. It's accessible for fans. And obviously, as the NCAA tournament has grown, you're playing in a lot more of dome settings and those kind of things. So I think that was probably some of the philosophy behind it as well. But I've always enjoyed, whether it's been Memphis, Atlanta, Nashville, I think our league does a great job with the tournament getting prepared each and every year.
Thanks.
Next question is from Larry Vaught of the Danville Advocate-Messenger.
Yeah, good morning, Billy. I just wonder if you could share a little bit of maybe what you said to Julius Randle after the game the other night that brought such a big smile to his face when you were talking to him.
Well, no, I just said, congratulations on a great year, and I didn't get a chance to see his mom. I know she was cheering real hard for him after the game, but I just said, congratulations for a great game, and, see your mom over there cheering hard, and he just smiled. He's a great kid, and, certainly I was fortunate to get the opportunity to be around him for, about 2 or 3 weeks in the summer there before he left to go to, Kentucky. So that was, an enjoyment of mine, because he is such a great kid.
What impresses you the most about him as the player still?
Well, besides what people can see, with his talent and his skill and the way he puts it on the floor and his size, and again, John can probably comment better about this than I can, because I had him for a short period of time. The thing I was really impressed with him is when I had him, he was the same guy every single day. He was the same guy. Whether we went double sessions because there was a lot to get prepared for, because we only had about a week of practice before we competed. So we had to do double sessions. As a young kid, being in high school and maybe not going through college practices before and playing against other good players, he was always there early. He was getting shots up. He was always ready to go. He had a smile on his face. He enjoyed playing. He enjoyed working and competing and trying to get better. And I thought he was an everyday guy. Now obviously that was only for a couple of weeks. College basketball season's a lot longer. I'm sure, like most guys, there's going to be ups and downs. But I always appreciated his disposition and practice each day.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a question from Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Billy, how you doing?
Good, Bob.
Hey, looking at your all's game against Mississippi State earlier, it looked like I.J. Reddy had a pretty decent game. I was wondering I know it was a few games ago, but I was wondering what you thought of his play, maybe what kind of future he's got in this league.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a very, very good player. I think Rick has got a really good nucleus of young players that, from last year you can definitely see the growth and development of Sword and Ware and Thomas Johnson. But Reddy's going to be a very, very good point guard. He's got, good scoring ability. He's got good speed. He's a young kid. Bloodman is a guy that has obviously got good speed and kind of gets in the lane. But, Reddy seems like a guy that's going to end up being, to me, a point guard that's going to have the ability to score and be a very, very good scorer for them.